Spanish 1, Contemporary Life, Vocab 71 through 75. I'm going to say each of these words in English and then Spanish and clap. And I'd like you guys to repeat with me as I say it a second time. 71, to eat dinner, cenar. To eat dinner, cenar. 72, to eat, comer. To eat, comer. 73, to eat breakfast, desayunar. To eat breakfast, desayunar. 74, to send, enviar. To send, enviar. And finally 75, to call, llamar. To call, llamar. Now, last list we talked about, for eating lunch you can say yo como almuerzo. You can just say comer almuerzo. Instead of saying two words though, you can just say almorzar. For eating dinner, you can say comer cena, which literally means to eat dinner, or you can use one word, cenar. The verb cenar means to eat dinner. Now, how are we going to remember that cenar is to eat dinner and cena is dinner? Well, visualize you come home from school, basketball practice, cheerleading practice, whatever, and you sit down at the dinner table and your mom or dad sets a bucket of sand in front of you with a fork and a spoon in it. Bonk. And you say, what's up with a bucket of sand with a fork and a spoon in it? And they say, well, hon, that's your dinner. And you say, that's my dinner. Are you insane? Only a person who's insane would eat a bucket of sand for dinner. So again, cenar is to eat dinner and cena is dinner. Now, comer is to eat. If your mom or grandma or somebody says, come and get it, you're going to get some food. Comer is to eat. That's pretty easy. Now, for eating breakfast, you can say two words. You can say comer desayuno, which means to eat breakfast. But Spanish is based on speed. Instead of saying two words, they'd like to say one. So instead of saying comer desayuno, they'd like to just say desayunar. The verb desayunar means to eat breakfast. So yo desayuno, I eat breakfast. Nosotros desayunamos, we eat breakfast. Now, how are we going to remember that desayunar is to eat breakfast? Well, see the number one, una? Breakfast is the number one first meal that you eat every day. And it's the most important, supposedly the most important meal you eat every day. They say that breakfast is one of your most important meals. They say that breakfast is one of your most important meals. Desayunar, to eat breakfast, desayunar. To send is enviar, like to send somebody a letter or to send somebody an email. Now look at the word envy. I don't envy somebody that has to send out hundreds of emails every day. Or I don't envy somebody that has to send out hundreds of wedding invitations. So in English the word envy helps us remember the Spanish word enviar, to send. Okay? Now, you already know llamar. You might not call it, but very first week of Spanish 1, actually the first day of school, I taught you a chant. I said, hey llama, what's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? Hey llama, what's your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? And we talked about ¿Cómo te llamas? Literally means how yourself do you call, or how do you call yourself? So llamar is to call. Me llamo, I call myself. Te llamas, you call yourself. So llamar is to call. Okay, like I'm going to call the doctor, or I'll call you at 6 o'clock. All right, time for our post-test. Look at the words in English and either say them in Spanish, or better yet, look at the words in English and write them down in Spanish and see how you're doing. This has been Spanish 1, Contemporary Life, Vocab 71 through 75.